The National Electrical Code, or NEC, permits the continued use of an existing 3-wire with background copper 6-6-8 SC cable for installing a new receptacle for an oven under specific conditions. It's essential to verify that the existing cable is in good condition, free from any damage or wear. The electrical circuit must be protected by a 50-amp circuit breaker or fuse to prevent overcurrent situations. The new receptacle being installed must be a 50-amp receptacle, and it should be installed following the manufacturer's instructions and all applicable electrical codes. While not mandated, upgrading to a 4-wire cable is an option. This provides a dedicated ground wire, potentially enhancing safety by offering an additional path for fault current to return to the source. For those who choose to proceed with the existing 3-wire cable, the following steps outline the installation process. Firstly, and most importantly, turn off the power to the oven circuit at the breaker panel to ensure there is no live electricity flowing through the wires you will be working with. Secondly, remove the old oven whip from the junction box. Disconnect all wires carefully. Thirdly, prepare a new length of 6-6-8 SC cable, cutting it to the desired length needed to reach from the junction box to the new receptacle location. Fourthly, carefully strip the insulation off the ends of the cable, exposing enough wire to make secure connections at both the junction box and the receptacle. Fifthly, connect the black wire from the cable to the terminal on the receptacle that is marked line 1. Ensure the connection is tight and secure. Sixthly, connect the red wire from the cable to the terminal on the receptacle marked line 2, again ensuring a tight and secure connection. Seventhly, connect the white wire from the cable to the terminal on the receptacle marked neutral. This is a critical connection for the proper functioning of the oven. Eighthly, connect the bare ground wire from the cable to the terminal on the receptacle marked ground. This connection provides a path for fault current and is important for safety. Ninthly, carefully screw the receptacle into the junction box, making sure it is securely mounted and properly aligned. Tenthly, after all connections are made and the receptacle is securely mounted, turn the power back onto the circuit at the breaker panel. Finally, test the receptacle to ensure it is working correctly. Use a multimeter or receptacle tester to verify the voltage and grounding. Always prioritize safety when working with electrical circuits. The NEC provides comprehensive guidelines for electrical installations, and it is crucial to adhere to these instructions. If you are uncomfortable or unfamiliar with working with electricity, it is highly recommended to hire a qualified electrician to perform the work. Electrical work can be dangerous, and improper installation can lead to electrical shock or fire hazards. When dealing with electrical wiring, several crucial points should be kept in mind to ensure safety and compliance with electrical codes. Understanding the properties and behavior of electricity is fundamental. Electricity always seeks the path of least resistance back to its source. This principle is the basis for grounding and bonding, which are designed to provide safe paths for fault currents. Always use appropriately rated tools and equipment when working with electricity. Insulated tools, voltage testers, and personal protective equipment such as gloves and safety glasses are essential for preventing electrical shock and injury. Before starting any electrical work, identify all the circuits involved and ensure that the power is turned off at the breaker panel. Use a voltage tester to verify that the circuit is energized before touching any wires. Grounding and bonding are critical for electrical safety. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, tripping the circuit breaker and preventing electrical shock. Bonding ensures that all metal parts are electrically connected, minimizing voltage differences and reducing the risk of shock. Wiring connections must be made correctly to ensure a safe and reliable electrical system. Use appropriately sized wire connectors and make sure all connections are tight and secure. Loose connections can cause overheating and create a fire hazard. Electrical boxes are used to enclose wiring connections and protect them from damage. Use the correct size and type of electrical box for the application and ensure that all boxes are properly grounded. When running wires through walls and ceilings, protect them from damage by using conduit or cable protectors. Avoid running wires through areas where they could be exposed to moisture or physical damage. Electrical circuits are protected by circuit breakers or fuses, which are designed to interrupt the flow of current in the event of an overload or short circuit. Use the correct size circuit breaker or fuse for the circuit, and never bypass or tamper with these devices. Electrical codes, such as the NEC, provide detailed guidelines for electrical installations. These codes are designed to ensure the safety of people and property, and it is important to follow them carefully. If you are unsure about any aspect of electrical work, consult with a qualified electrician. They can provide guidance and ensure that the work is done safely and correctly. When replacing electrical devices such as receptacles and switches, use devices that are rated for the voltage and current of the circuit. Make sure the devices are properly grounded and connected according to the manufacturer's instructions. Before energizing a circuit, inspect all wiring and connections to ensure that they are correct and secure. Use a voltage tester to verify that the circuit is properly grounded and that there are no shorts or ground faults. Educate yourself and others about electrical safety. Understanding the hazards of electricity and how to prevent accidents is essential for creating a safe environment. Consider attending an electrical safety course or reading books and articles on the subject. Remember that electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to take precautions to protect yourself and others. By following these guidelines, you can minimize the risk of electrical accidents and ensure a safe and reliable electrical system. Regarding the specific case of using a 3-wire connection for an oven, it's important to understand the history and evolution of electrical codes. Older homes were often wired with 3-wire circuits for large appliances like ovens and dryers. These circuits used 2 hot wires, a neutral wire, and the appliance chassis was grounded through the neutral wire. This practice was later deemed unsafe because if the neutral wire became disconnected, the appliance chassis could become energized, posing a shock hazard. Modern electrical codes require a separate grounding conductor for appliances to provide a dedicated path for fault current. This is why 4-wire connections are now the standard for new installations. If you are using an existing 3-wire circuit, it's crucial to inspect the wiring carefully for any signs of damage or deterioration. Look for frayed insulation, loose connections, or corrosion. If you find any problems, it's best to replace the wiring with a new 4-wire cable. When connecting the new receptacle, make sure to follow the manufacturer's instructions and the NEC guidelines. The black and red wires should be connected to the hot terminals, the white wire to the neutral terminal, and the bare ground wire to the ground terminal. It's also important to properly size the circuit breaker or fuse for the oven. A 50 amp circuit breaker is typically used for ovens, but it's important to check the appliance's nameplate to verify the correct amperage rating. If you are unsure about any aspect of the installation, it's always best to consult with a qualified electrician. They can assess the existing wiring, make recommendations for upgrades, and ensure that the installation is done safely and correctly. Remember, electrical safety is paramount, and it's always better to err on the side of caution. By following these guidelines and consulting with a professional when needed, you can ensure that your oven is installed safely and reliably. Furthermore, the National Electrical Code is not static. It is updated regularly to incorporate new technologies, address emerging safety concerns, and refine existing requirements. Therefore, it is crucial to consult the latest edition of the NEC to ensure compliance with the most current standards. The NEC is published by the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, and is available for purchase or access through various online resources. In addition to the NEC, local electrical codes and regulations may also apply. These codes may be more stringent than the NEC in some areas, so it is important to check with your local building department or electrical inspector to determine the specific requirements in your jurisdiction. When working with electrical wiring, it is essential to understand the different types of wire and their intended uses. Common types of wire include non-metallic, or NM, cable, which is typically used for residential wiring, and metal-clad, or MC, cable, which is often used in commercial and industrial applications. Each type of wire has its own set of specifications and limitations, so it is important to choose the correct type of wire for the application. Wire size is also an important consideration. The size of the wire determines its current carrying capacity, and it is important to use the correct size wire to prevent overheating and fire hazards. The NEC provides tables that specify the allowable capacities of different wire sizes based on the type of wire, insulation temperature rating, and installation conditions. When making wiring connections, it is important to use the correct type of wire connectors. Wire connectors are designed to provide a secure and reliable connection between wires, and they come in a variety of types, including wire nuts, crimp connectors, and terminal blocks. Choose the appropriate type of connector for the application, and make sure to follow the manufacturer's instructions for installation. Electrical boxes are used to enclose wiring connections and protect them from damage. There are many different types of electrical boxes available, including metal boxes, plastic boxes, and weatherproof boxes. Choose the appropriate type of box for the application and make sure to install it correctly. When running wires through walls and ceilings, it is important to protect them from damage. This can be done by using conduit, cable protectors, or other approved methods. Avoid running wires through areas where they could be exposed to moisture, chemicals, or physical damage. Electrical circuits are protected by circuit breakers or fuses, which are designed to interrupt the flow of current in the event of an overload or short circuit. Circuit breakers are reusable devices that can be reset after they trip, while fuses are one-time devices that must be replaced after they blow. Choose the appropriate type of overcurrent protection device for the circuit, and make sure to size it correctly. Ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are devices that are designed to protect people from electrical shock. GFCIs work by monitoring the current flowing through a circuit and detecting any leakage current to ground. If a ground fault is detected, the GFCI will trip and interrupt the flow of current, preventing electrical shock. GFCIs are required in many areas of the home, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor receptacles. Arc fault circuit interrupters, or FSIs, are devices that are designed to protect against electrical fires. FSIs work by detecting arc faults, which are dangerous electrical discharges that can occur when wires become damaged or connections become loose. If an arc fault is detected, the FSI will trip and interrupt the flow of current, preventing a fire. FSIs are required in many areas of the home, such as bedrooms and living rooms. Surge protective devices, or SPDs, are devices that are designed to protect electrical equipment from voltage surges. Voltage surges can be caused by lightning strikes, power grid switching, or other electrical disturbances. SPD work by diverting excess voltage away from sensitive equipment, preventing damage. SPD are available in a variety of types, including whole house SPD and point-of-use SPD. When working with electrical wiring, it is important to follow lockout-tagout procedures. Lockout-tagout is a safety procedure that is used to prevent accidental energization of electrical equipment while it is being worked on. The procedure involves disconnecting the power to the equipment, locking out the circuit breaker or disconnect switch, and tagging the equipment to indicate that it is being worked on. Before starting any electrical work, it is important to inspect the work area for any hazards. Look for wet floors, damaged equipment, or other potential hazards. Take steps to eliminate or mitigate these hazards before proceeding with the work. When working with electrical equipment, it is important to use personal protective equipment, or PPE. PPE can include safety glasses, gloves, and insulated footwear. The type of PPE that is required will depend on the specific task being performed. When working with electricity, it is important to be aware of the potential hazards and to take steps to protect yourself and others. Electrical safety is a critical aspect of any electrical work, and it is important to follow all safety procedures and guidelines. If you are unsure about any aspect of electrical work, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician. Remember, electrical work can be dangerous, and it is important to take precautions to protect yourself and others. In addition to the technical aspects of electrical wiring, it is also important to consider the aesthetic aspects. Wiring should be installed in a neat and professional manner, and it should be concealed whenever possible. Use wire ties, cable clamps, and other accessories to keep wires organized and prevent them from dangling or becoming tangled. When installing electrical boxes, make sure they are flush with the wall or ceiling and that they are properly aligned. Use cover plates to conceal the wiring connections and to provide a finished look. When installing receptacles and switches, make sure they are properly aligned and that they are securely mounted. Use wall plates that match the color and style of the room. By paying attention to both the technical and aesthetic aspects of electrical wiring, you can create a safe and reliable electrical system that also looks great. The information provided is for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional electrical advice. Always consult with a qualified electrician before performing any electrical work. Failure to follow proper electrical safety procedures can result in serious injury or death.